Well, hello, Hope. I trust that you're doing well as you're moving into Christmas and dealing with sweat and heat and sun. Because I know for me, I don't deal with that at all here, especially today. It is. I moved back to Newfoundland in 2018, as you all know, from the land of perpetual sun to the land of perpetual
snow and fog.
Snow, fog, wind, rain. And so some people
But
might
it's
say,
prayer's a local call here, man.
it is. It is a hard spot here. And yeah, anyway. Hello, Hope. I just wanted to create this quick video for you to just give you an overview as to what I've been doing with Kilbride Community Church and Mile One Mission over the last 10 months. And then I want to introduce you to the man on my right, Steve Bray. He's the lead pastor for Calvary Baptist, and he's the executive director of Mile One Mission. But I'll let him tell the story and his details and his backgrounds in a few moments. But so here's where we're at now with Kilbride Community Church. So we've all endured 2020. I think enduring it is the best word you could use. And I
Survived.
think maybe survived, right? I think we're all looking forward to when the clocks roll over in January 1st, but we've had to work with the hand that's been dealt to us. Yeah. And one of the really hard questions I've had to wrestle through as a church planter is, how do you do church, right? And not only how do you do church, but how do you do church when you can't actually be present in a community because of COVID, right? And so that has been an absolutely brutal question to wrestle through for the better part of 2020. But I've seen God move in ways that I can't even imagine, or I couldn't imagine in 2020. Social media has been a huge part of Kilbride Community Church. We've done a number of campaigns now over the last 10 months, and we've had countless people coming out of the woodwork saying, when are you doing services? What type of ministries do you have? When are you gathering? When are you doing Bible studies? And I don't understand why now, as opposed to the fall of 2019 when we first started, but God is sovereign and He knows what He's doing. And so all that to say that we're now meeting at the local community center with 5 people from the community to study the Bible. And it gets even better than that, right? In just a few days, on December 13th, KCC is doing its first pre-launch service, right? I'm without words. I get tongue-tied and bumbled just even thinking about it. And so God is working mightily in our little neighborhood of 8 to 12,000 people. And so I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all that you do, all that you have done, and all that you're going to do in the future. All of your prayers, all of the investment that you're pouring into Ruth and I and Mile One Mission as we seek to start this church and establish this church in a city that's really, really dark. Yeah. And I'm hoping now that Steve can just expand upon how dark St. John's is. And so, over to you, brother.
Thank you. And you know what, guys? I feel like I know you. I've heard so much about all of you. And Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you a bit preemptively. Special greetings too to Pastor Dan. Thanks so much. Your pastor got to visit our fair island, and we had a great time. I had a great coffee with him at Starbucks when we did that. Yes, he flew halfway around the world, and we met at Starbucks. But it was a good time, Dan, wasn't it? Listen, it is hard for me to tell you what it means to me, to our church, our ministry, to Newfoundland, that you have been so gracious and willing to not only support, but send and pray for and come alongside Matt and Ruth Lahey. I love this young man like he's one of my own sons. I love his family, and it's been a real joy and a privilege to watch him come back here and just blossom and bloom under the mighty hand of God. And you all are a part of that because you've shaped him. And so I just want to say thank you. I really want you to know how hard he works and how much he is appreciative, how much he and Ruth talk about you guys so fondly, and how they just feel like they've learned so much from how you guys have done things. Now, in all honesty, they haven't got me on Vegemite yet. They've tried, haven't done it, pulled that off. But I'm still a work in progress. God's still working on me. But when you come over here, I'll give you some scrunchions, and Matt will tell you about that later, I'm sure. But we have our own little things, but I digress. St. John's is less than 1% even attending an evangelical church. There's 250,000 people here. this coming Sunday when Matt meets with his upwards to 30 people in Kilbride. That's 30 people out of 12,000 where there hasn't been a church in 130 years. In the entire city of St. John's and all of its surrounding communities, 250,000 people. And I'm telling you, not 2,000 people will attend any form of an evangelical church. This is what you are praying for. This is what you're investing in. It's not just Matt and Ruth. You're investing in Matt and Ruth to reach out to lost souls. Yeah. So thank you seems so small, but Paul said in Philippians that he was so thankful for the partnership in the gospel. Although I haven't met any of you except Pastor Dan, it is on my bucket list when COVID lifts and we can all fly again. I want to come to Australia with Matt. I want to meet you all. I want to just see your beautiful country. But would you please continue to pray for, come alongside. If you want to pray for Matt and Ruth and their family, this pre-launch service that KCC goes from an idea to an actual church in 2021. But would you also join us in prayer that even people in Australia would catch a vision for Newfoundland and for St. John's Mile One Mission? We still need more interns. We still need more planters. We still need, and I promise you this, every Tuesday and Thursday we have a staff meeting, and hope you are often talked about and prayed for. So thank you. God bless you. It's a glorious opportunity just to meet you via video. We love you. And again, have a great Christmas. And I pray, like us, because I know Australia has been very much like Canada, very restrictive, lots of lockdowns. We know all about it. But the gates of hell can't prevail against God's church, right? And it won't prevail, and COVID-19 won't prevail against God's church either. Amen. And Matt's the living proof of that. And you are his partners. Kilbride Community Church is an extension of hope. Yep. And he's bringing hope to a new community. God bless you and thanks.
Take care, guys. God bless. Merry Christmas.